This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the news of the week for April 22nd, 2023. And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. Teenagers need jobs. I do not have a high view of adolescents. They tend to be lazy and irresponsible. However, that is due in large part to prior generations not instilling work ethic. Lately, unions are fighting against children working in basic jobs like fast food. Probably because they cannot get union dues from minors, but that is just a guess on my part. Doing this work is not working in a coal mine. States across the country are implementing laws that allow children to work. They are not only earning money, but also learning basic time management. Under the right boss, they can go on to be infinitely more successful later on. However, I must point out that it is not the job or the work therewith that makes them successful. It is the mindset of diligence that gets the job done. Those that have the right mindset continue to improve and always get better as a result. The leaker is caught. The leaker of the documents from the Department of Defense has been caught. The documents showed that the United States was preparing to enter Ukraine for a long time. The feds were working behind the scenes to strong-arm other nations into supporting them. Then they just needed support and an excuse to take action. With everyone putting up Ukraine flags, they had the support. The excuse came when they were able to blame gas prices on Putin. Even worse, there are American troops over there, contrary to what we were told to believe. The leaker supposedly did all of this to impress his younger friends, but I am not so sure. Either way, this leak was not supposed to happen. Leaks such as the draft Supreme Court decision or the indictments against President Trump were supposed to come out. One was designed so that justices could be threatened at their own homes to change their minds. And the other was designed to imply that President Trump was the enemy. These two leaks never got a persecutor.
Don't you mean prosecutor? No!
Because they were planned leaks. Leaks that show how corrupt the government is by acting through the military-industrial complex are not planned. Men in a women's prison. James O'Keefe used Project Veritas as a stepping stone for the creation of a new enterprise, O'Keefe Media Group. He has obtained recordings of female prisoners in Washington state that were sharing cells and showers with male prisoners. Just 10 years ago, this would have been unthinkable and a parody. Sadly, that is not the case anymore. Not only can the women not get treatment, even if the men can, the men there are actively trying to get the women pregnant. This is so much of a threat that the prison is having to buy abortifacient drugs en masse. If they really were women, this would not be an issue. Men that do this should be physically castrated, and I know a few ranchers that will do the job for free. The boycott is working. Remember when white liberals looked at the Land O'Lakes brand and got so triggered that they took away the Indian?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I cannot think of a more imperialistic mindset than getting rid of the Indian and keeping the land. Then, the same white liberals got rid of Aunt Jemima's picture. Over the past few years, white liberals decided that they needed to get offended on behalf of minorities. So offended, in fact, that they erased people who had made such progress. Now the same liberals have gone even further. Instead of getting rid of a woman, Bud Light decided to put a male on their can that thinks he is a woman. At first I thought Mr. Mulvaney was a troll, but not anymore. Either way, I have not bought Land O'Lakes since they made the change. And while I do not drink, the Bud Light boycott is going well. However, there are some people like Donald Trump Jr. that are saying that the boycott should stop. Not in the least. Corporate America needs to understand that if you go woke, you go broke. Twitter subscription program. Elon Musk bought a failing company. Although he had a lot of good ideas, it seems that he had no idea what he was getting into. In case you don't believe me, just look at making the blue check available to anyone who will pay for it. Either way, he has made some good choices and might finally be learning the ropes. Now he has a plan in which people can pay for premium content on the site. Creators can charge a set fee and their followers can get this exclusive content. For the first year, Twitter will not collect anything and let the creators be successful. On their part, Twitter will promote the content. After the first year, the creator makes money and so does Twitter. Imagine if all social media networks wanted the creators to be successful and did not target users based on politics, by banning or restricting their channel, or even removing ads en masse. Emergency powers in. President Trump invoked emergency powers back in March 2020. Now in April 2023, they have been rescinded. This means that 2 weeks to flatten the curve finally ended after more than 3 years. In all of this, we were not made any safer. I would argue that we are now less safe, as now the elites know how easy it is to control the populace. All that is needed is to silence a few dissenting voices with their allies in Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird is here to remind you to never question the official narrative. Then they can shut down the economy over a virus that was made more virulent by tax dollars. Another plandemic is coming, mark my words. Act Blue's fraudulent donations. I'm sure that you guys have gotten spam calls about Medicare and final expenses before. These people prey on seniors hoping to get all of the money from people who are not usually very tech savvy. I have been getting a disproportionate number of these calls with my area code and the first 3 digits of my phone number. When I first started to see the trend, I was annoyed and flabbergasted at the odds of this. I performed an unofficial survey of my friends and coworkers, and they are seeing the same pattern. Now we are learning as a result of O'Keefe Media Group that Act Blue is probably scamming seniors. As soon as they get the financial information, the scammer will make several micro donations and then make big donations. Both the FEC and Marco Rubio are investigating this scam of seniors. Stealing from poor people to enrich the wealthy. Par for the course for the Democratic Party. Rust is back on schedule. After killing a person, Alec Baldwin is back on the set of his movie as if nothing ever happened. We all knew that the charges would be dropped. The elites protect their own. After all, would-be robbers get charges dropped while Soros-backed DAs arrest their victims. Justice is blind. Not in that justice is unbiased. Justice is blind because facts do not matter, only money matters. Although I still find it disturbing that a gun grabber like Baldwin would allow anything like that on his set. He should be banning all guns, prop and otherwise. Whistleblower Protections. Imagine investigating one of the world's most dangerous crime families. It is not that Brandon is specifically dangerous like Clinton is. It is that he has the deep state behind him.
So how do you define it?
Well, the way I would define the deep state is an increased willingness by more and more government civil servants to pursue political objectives rather than stand up for the values of the institution they're a part of. They are not neutral. They're not politically neutral.
Now the IRS agent that is investigating all of the shady deals of that family is asking for whistleblower protections. Something tells me that he has found something big. We already know that Hunter has ties to Ukraine and China, both of which Brandon and the rest of the Democrats are not willing to antagonize or disagree with. I wonder what it could be. Influx of Chinese immigrants. We know that the Chinese government created the virus. We know that the Chinese government probably sent even more spy balloons than we are aware of. We know that the Chinese government had outposts and bases right here in America. Is it possible that they are also sending advanced troops? Men of military age have been crossing into America by the thousands. And those are just the ones that have been caught by our gutted border patrol. China knows a lot about our bases and where they are. Is it possible that we are dealing with the first wave? Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion. And if you enjoyed this content, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. And also don't forget to follow me on social media.